here for the past couple of days, and um, as part of the thing, you end up fighting against Kyle's mom, and in the background, they're playing the theme song, the Kyle's mom's theme song.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Let me turn on the overhead light. Maybe it'll make my lighting a little bit better. Hold on.
Maybe. Or maybe you can just suck less.
Like my shirt?
Mm-hmm. That I do.
Your soul is forfeit.
DoorDashed some Sonic for dinner.
Yeah, I know. I saw the email. I just realized something. If we ever get around to doing any like voice acting for the Yu-Gi-Oh series, I guess.
Yeah, you've got stuff now. And that's honestly
Yeah.
something that I wanted to pick up once I actually got in here and I got my own setup and everything going on. Um, so like I'm kind of ready to start with just whenever. But I want to go ahead and start with VO and script writing before I do anything else. Because that'll give Bradley time to do animations while I'm working on music and sound effects and all that other stuff. Um, Getting severely off topic, and I've started the recording already. Um,
Wait, you already started
yeah,
recording?
I started the recording
Oh.
a little bit while you were talking about South Park.
Have you ever met my friend Kyle's mom? She's the biggest.
Hey everybody,
Hey everybody.
it's the R&R Podcast cast. It's me.
Dreidel, 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 I made you out of clay. Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
It's me, Randy, and this is Reed. This video.
It is midnight.
It is midnight. Well, technically it's 11:30, but it's 30 minutes till the day that we're supposed to be releasing the video form of the Naruto tier list, which, in hindsight, the video is probably the most important aspect of it.
Yeah.
I have something to tell you, Reed, because as I got to sitting down and
Yeah.
starting to edit that video, two things occurred to me. One, I figured
gay.
out no. I figured out why your mic on the audio version was giving me such a hard time because it was like desyncing so much.
Yeah.
The video did not pick up your audio at all. Following that,
That's weird.
It also did not capture a single lickin' bit of the tier list itself.
You're kidding. So it was just like
it was staring at Discord with no tier list footage.
So it was literally just us two goons just like intently looking at the screen.
So
cursed.
So
that sucks because like half of the appeal of a tier list
is to see it, yeah, and that's what
to
kind
see
of made
it,
me a
yeah.
little upset was that we didn't really have that to share.
Maybe what we can do is maybe like go back and listen to it and then get the actual tier list made by listening to what we're doing and then just post that picture. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking something along those lines.
All my homies hate Kurenai, man.
All my ninjas hate Kurenai. I think that's what I'm gonna make the T-shirt say. All my ninjas hate Kurenai.
Don't do that. It's too close to the real thing. I don't want to get like shot down in the streets, man.
All right. Well,
I mean, you may live in Baton Rouge, but I live in Alexandria.
Baton Rouge is way worse than Alexandria. I'm sorry.
Actually, you would be surprised.
Really?
You'd be surprised.
Anyway,
there's somebody going around town lighting houses.
Social economics out of the way.
There's somebody going around town burning down houses.
Please stop. Please stop. I
There
fear for
is.
this channel. I fear for this channel right now.
I'm talking about current times, dude. Come on.
Even still, hi buddy.
There was literally a house right. As we were walking into the church tonight for practice, there was a house that was like right behind the church, just on fire, and it was like,
oh my lord.
Yeah, like, and the flames were like 20 feet in the air. It was crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So this is for you listeners here. This is basically the substitute for the tier list video. So hi, how are you doing? If you want to actually hear the jokes and stuff, you should probably go and listen to the audio. It came out last week.
Yeah.
This is more so just like a little update. I hadn't really fully told you 100% what had happened with the video, and so I was using this as kind of an opportunity to both tell you and the audience why we're doing this.
You were very spookily vague with it with that phone call.
Yeah, and I was keeping it intentionally vague just so that I could actually like explain it to you in not in person, obviously, because we're not in the same room, but like face to
Mm-hmm.
face. I wanted that
Yeah.
face to face, like this is how I messed up. And then a dear friend of ours, my buddy Bradley, he gave me some pointers and was like, "Hey, you know that the editing software that you now have access to will let you just export audio, right?" And I was like, "Oh, well, that's cool. So glad I know this now." Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, so certain changes are being made as we go. That we are not professional by any means, but I would hope that we can get to that point and be, hey, no, get from behind, no, stop that, no, get down. He's trying to get behind my TV. Punk. Um.
Oh, it's like rolling a snowball downhill. Oh, good God.
Okay. All right. Anyway.
Anyway,
So yeah, no. Reed, how are you dying? Are you good?
that's uncomfortable. Okay, so if you've ever if you've ever like drug your nail or like tip your finger across a coarse surface,
That
that
happened
just
all the
happened.
time with that microphone. I hated that junk.
That literally just happened. I don't know if you audio listeners could hear that, but I
No,
just
thank
tore
God.
up the tip of my middle finger. See,
So
look.
good. Um, uh, yeah, no. So, doing a little bit of talking just to kind of make a little short mini episode, I guess. Um, I've been doing nothing the past few days except for editing videos, and organizing Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I am
Mm.
currently done with the letter Q, and now I'm on to R. I'm almost
I
done.
have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was it. I'm almost done with the monsters, and that's just like the tip of the iceberg.
I have had rehearsal almost every night this week.
Mm-hmm.
I have been off the past couple of days. Um,
Yep.
so I've like just been like around the house. I've had a couple of apparently, I'm losing my mind. Apparently.
Yeah,
Um,
that's something that's been discovered as of late.
do you want to tell them about
I
that?
think
Do
I
you want
will.
to?
I think I will
Yeah.
because
Go ahead.
this is a fever dream on my end as well.
I
Because
need you to explain it from your.
I'm
I need you
very
to
confused. Right.
I need you to explain it from your point of view because on my point of view, everything was fine and dandy, and
On your
I was
point of view,
traveling.
there is nothing.
Yeah, yeah, it's bad.
So,
It's really
uh,
bad.
as we've said before on the podcast, we play Dungeons and Dragons together, and we do all this kind of stuff, and we record it. And right now, episode 2 is being edited by my good friend Bradley. The first episode is up on Spotify. It's on a podcast called Whose Role Is It? If you want to go give it a listen.
I'm definitely gonna need to go listen to that.
Well, the first one you already knew the events of. You recounted the events of the first one and how you guys met the king at the end of the session. What
Mhm.
you did not remember, and this is
Is
what has been. This is viewer to viewer, me to viewer right now. This
Yeah.
is what has been making me worried about him. Is he does not remember the 4-hour time span of the second session, the one that's
Mhm.
currently being edited,
Mhm.
where he did funny little bits like staring into the webcam really close and going, "He's got us held prisoner. Let us out!" Like we were live streaming to Twitch and everything, and like it was an experience. The minis got revealed. We had a battle map for the first time, and it was like he remembers none of it,
I
none of
remembered
it
none
at
of it.
all.
None of
And
it.
like everyone else is trying to clue him in, and with each clue that they throw his way, he's just flabbergasted and
Yep.
like, "What,
Absolutely
that happened?
flabbergasted.
What?" Like,
Yep. Yep.
he has not. He has no recollection of the second session, which because we had lost that audio at first, I was very content to just let it be That's fine. He lost it. He forgot. Whatever. Cool. And then Bradley was like, "Yeah, I have that stuff now." And I was like, "Okay, cool. We could use that like as soon as possible because Reed is having a lapse in judgment." And then like I told him the whole thing. I was like, "Dude, Reed is not recalling any of it. He doesn't remember the entire session. The last thing he remembers is meeting the king at the end of the first session and then dropping the custom table that I had made
Yep.
at the end of the second session. It's like
Yep.
all that entire time span was just gone."
Well, okay, but to be fair, that second session from what I've been told by my beautiful, amazing wife is where a lot of the tension started,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of that drama
Yeah,
that I don't know if we want to get into
I'm
with
gonna say let's not because
yeah.
it's all
Well,
said and done.
but apparently, I guess I guess I maybe have like I maybe I stored all that away.
Yeah,
I don't know because I literally the
blocked by association. You know.
I remember every the past couple I'm getting bits and pieces of like sitting in Nate's apartment, but I
Mm-hmm.
always thought that was the first session.
We
But I
did
remember that
we did the
I
first
remember
session in your apartment.
in our apartment, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember the table, and I remember dropping the table,
Yep.
and I remember like basically everything about the first session. I remember nothing about this, nothing, absolutely nothing. Like you're telling, like they were all like, so and so is this person's daughter, and this
And
person's
this
that this
person was a snake at first, and then they transformed.
yeah.
Like
I, I remember none of it. I don't know,
which that
which
is
is
utterly confusing to me.
which is it's confusing to my wife as well, considering the things that I do remember and the things that I don't remember. I mean, you're looking at a guy that if I could put bookshelves on a wall and fill it up with all of like the lore and the history of like the Star Wars universe that I've read,
Mm-hmm.
line it up, and I can tell you exactly what happens in each and every one. I can remember
Yep.
that. I can remember like the dumbest things
Mm-hmm.
and the important things. Like I
Yep.
remember, obviously, like I remember uh the the anniversary days of me and my wife, like when we started dating,
Mm-hmm.
when we got engaged, and when we obviously like. But for some reason, this is just nothing.
And that is totally fine because at the end of the day, this is a non-trivial thing that doesn't really need to be. I said non-trivial. This is a trivial thing that doesn't need to take up a portion of your brain, right? But it was just kind of alarming because you remembered the day, you remembered like certain bits, but just the rest of it was just gone, and it made no
Yeah,
sense. Um,
gone.
it's like you said, you remembered being in Nate's apartment. We were in Nate's apartment
Yep.
for that session because it was the last session held in his apartment. Was the
Yep. Before he
second
moved.
session
Yep.
of my
See,
campaign,
I remember that.
and you remembered the table and dropping the table, and like
Yeah.
it was
I
weird that you
I
remembered
dropped the
those.
piss out of that table.
You did. Yeah, like it's weird that you remembered those two things and then nothing
Yeah.
else. It was
Nothing in
weird to
between.
me. It was weird to me, and it was weird to some other people. Um,
It
but
was, it was weird to everybody else except for my wife, who just took it in stride. God bless her.
yeah, yeah, no, she was just like, oh, that's normal for people. No, it isn't. It really isn't. That's a 4-hour time span, Carly.
A 4 hour
Where did it go?
Oh man.
Oh man. But no, like, um, on top of like D&D and getting stuff planned for that, and I still haven't written out the next session, mostly because I still have like the session that y'all did the last time was essentially cut in half because I had pretty much everything, depending on how quickly you guys got through that dungeon. I had more stuff that y'all could have done, um, but we didn't get to it, and so this is going to be kind of like session 2.5.
Yeah.
To a degree, so I don't really have to write a whole lot.
Yeah.
But I still need to get some notes put away, and I need to get some things figured out and like tacked in place.
Yeah.
But
But I also I was going to take this moment to bring up what I had mentioned to you a few weeks ago about how I'm not really interested in DMing a long running campaign anymore.
yeah,
My I I tend to have a lot more fun with one shots
yeah,
because oddly enough, I feel like I have more freedom.
probably because your brain can't handle.
Well, no,
remembering
I
the
could.
session.
I don't know. I'm really good at creating.
No, I was talking about the memory thing, but I was making a joke.
Well, because like if you think about it, like I'm really good. I'm really good at like starting,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very good at starting and finishing. Like the in between parts is where I get kind of like iffy. Like obviously,
Mm-hmm.
so like every the two times that I've done a first session have been absolutely phenomenal. The first time I did a first session was great, and then the in
Mm-hmm.
between and the ending, I tried to do my best with the ending, but I was very burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second, like I made a map, made a history, made a world, made
Mm-hmm.
lore, made everything, did a first session, freaking time traveled my party like 50 years into the past to because basically my party started off like the battle's already lost.
Mm-hmm.
Like they started off like, this person's already in power. They had to go in back in time. And I like I just, I come up with these stupid rules. Like I was
Yeah.
like, it's D&D. I can do whatever the heck I want. But we never did a second session.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was Nate, Gordon, and Carly.
Yeah.
And we never did a second
And
session because I did a first session and I like blew my load. I was like, yep, that's it. I'm done.
and like
Time travel.
it's time travel.
Well, I mean, because do you remember that session that we did at your birthday whenever we took you to Dallas? We
Yeah,
took you to
yeah.
the
Y'all took me to
Andretti
Dallas.
Motorsports,
Went to
and
Andretti.
right in like
I made
you
an
like
Ewok Sith Lord named Hoobastank.
yeah. Well, because what was it? We in the middle of the thing, I'm over there at the hollow deck. I'm playing Beat Saber and I'm losing because I'm terrible at that game, which is funny because I have rhythm. I'm just terrible at Beat Saber.
And then I think you
And I
came and
remember,
you were watching me play Vader Immortal.
well, but I was over there at Beat Saber
Yeah.
and I turn around and I look at Nate and I'm like, dude, we should do a Star Wars D&D thing tonight in the hotel room. He goes, oh, dude, yeah, let's do it. And so I was like, let's go find the goobers. And I found you and Abram. Y'all were playing Halo. Y'all were sitting in that little
Oh,
thing
that's
playing the
right.
Halo,
Yeah.
playing Halo.
Yeah.
And I walked up, and dude, it was the most underwhelming response I've ever gotten in my life. Hey, y'all, when we get back to the hotel room, y'all want to do like a Star Wars D&D one shot? I'll DM it, and you guys make characters, make them all Sith Lords. We'll do it in the Old Republic. Yeah, sounds good. It's the most unenthusiastic
Like,
answer I've ever got in my life.
because like you kind of like threw it on us, and we were just kind of like in the moment, enjoying ourselves, and then we had to like think. Like,
Well, okay, no, but don't even, because I gave y'all time. I said we'll talk about it in the car. We got in the car, and I was throwing ideas at y'all, and y'all were not giving me anything. Y'all were a bunch of like,
because
oh,
I am an indecisive whore. Like I can't look. So Raven and I are both really indecisive to a point where we decided that we're gonna make like.
wait. Are you calling you and your fiance indecisive? You just call your fiance and
I
indecisive?
called myself an indecisive whore. I just told you
Oh,
that we were both indecisive. I didn't say that
oh,
she was an indecisive.
oh, oh.
Anyway, uh, I'm gonna make a spreadsheet, 1 through 20, and
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
spread
like
it.
have like different dinner options
You're gonna
and
spread
like
it.
lunch.
Spread that sheet.
Shut up. I'm gonna do like 1 to 20 with like different dinner options, and on nights where we don't want to know, like we don't know what we're gonna do, or like what we don't know what we want to do for dinner or whatever, we're gonna roll a d20 and we're gonna choose from the spreadsheet. Like it's because like I'm indecisive. I don't want to make big
Well, I
choices.
just remember being in the car and I was like, okay, do y'all want to do this or do y'all want to do Old Republic? Do y'all want to do Clone Wars? Which one sounds better? Whichever one you want to do. Well, I'm asking you because I want to know which. And so basically, I was like, fine, screw it. We're doing Old Republic. Everybody make level 15 Sith characters.
Yeah.
And I remember we got into the room and you looked at me and I was over in the corner and in the span of an hour and a half, you guys made your characters and I typed out an entire one shot.
I still have that
And
in
then
my Google Docs. Yeah.
and then we played it and it was dope. But I
It was really
remember
good.
I'm over there typing and you walk over and I like close my laptop a little bit and I'm like, what? He goes, can I make an Ewok? And I remember looking
I
at you
didn't
like
want anybody else to know. I was like,
I remember
can I make my Sith an Ewok?
and I looked at him, I was like, do Ewoks have the capacity for evil? I think is the question I asked you.
And I looked at you and I sat there and I said, would you call what they did in that forest to them stormtroopers good?
Yeah. And so I let you have it.
And then you went, fair enough.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So I made an Ewok named Hoobastank, whose character sheet I still have and I will frame and put up in the house. But he had a modulator, so his normal like Ewok like he would have like the normal Ewok voice, but then the modulator comes on and he's like, "This is acceptable." Like I thoroughly enjoyed that so much.
What's funny is that like Abram and Nate, they took that seriously.
Mm-hmm.
They made serious
Mm-hmm.
characters. I think
I
Nate
didn't.
I think both of them made variations of characters that they had made in SWTOR,
Mm-hmm.
basically, in the Old Republic online MMO. And then, of course, I decided to pull my own inspiration from the Old Republic when I brought in my
Thickum
character,
nuggets.
Thicken Nuggets.
Thickum
for those
nuggets.
for those of you who don't know, whenever I first started playing the Old Republic, like a long time ago, I made a Zabrak female Sith warrior, and I gave her the thickest female character model, and I named her. And I originally it was Thicken, like Thicken, and it wouldn't accept it. So I took the K out, replaced it with a second C, and it wouldn't accept it. So then I put a third C, and it went through.
So
But I
stupid.
but I totally forgot that I was gonna have to be serious, and so in the middle of the campaign, I said, "And you're now standing in the office of Darth Thicken Nuggets."
It's so good. It's so good. See, that's the thing is like Nate and Abram pulled up with like suit, tie, and like
Yeah.
briefcase to this formal interview. Me and you pulled up in the clown car and we pulled out with like 18 other dudes.
In the ghetto. In the ghetto.
But like
Oh
it was good
man.
stuff. And like you've talked about doing board games and other stuff on the podcast
Yeah,
here.
because I've got a whole bunch of stuff. Look, I've got a Game of Thrones board game over here
Mm-hmm.
that I know you would enjoy, that I've played with Nate, and Nate's won it both times, and it's pissed me off because it's my game. I should be the one winning it. I'm the one that introduced him to it.
You and I
Like today,
are very competitive like that, and I think that
today,
would destroy this show.
today, Gordon was off. He came over after I got done, and we played Rebellion until it was time for me to go to rehearsal. And I gotta say, my undefeated streak continues. It lives on.
I will take that from you on the show. That
Because
is what I will do.
I got Rebellion. I've got the Game of Thrones, the board game. Then I've got Mandalorian Monopoly, which I don't know if you had a chance to play your copy yet.
Yes, I didn't play my copy. I played whenever we were living in Addis.
You played my copy.
No, I played our buddy Ethan had one, and
Yeah.
I played his, which is how I knew that I wanted to get it myself. And then you gave me the copy that you were given for Christmas.
Well, I mean, look, here's the
When
problem.
you get given 2 copies of a game, why not share?
I mean,
yeah.
What that year was my first year being a part of my wife's family's Christmas, because usually they go out of town,
Right.
and we were engaged, and I got told to make an Amazon wish list. So I made an Amazon wish list. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I shared that Amazon wish list with my wife, who shared it with the person in the family who drew my name.
Mm-hmm.
That Amazon account is also linked to my parents. So my parents also saw the same Amazon wish list and were like, huh. So then my wife's uncle Danny, who lives in New Orleans, who is a former state trooper, bought me that game. He was a grown man, bought another grown man a board game.
Yeah.
Right? And then we played it, and it was fun. And then 2 days later at Christmas, I opened up the exact same board game, and my parents saw it on my face. I opened it, and I went, wow. And they went, somebody else already got it. I said, no, I'm still happy. So then of course we're trying to come up with something to give you, and I'm terrible at giving gifts. And I looked over and I was like, wait, I know he would like this game. I'll just give him the other copy.
Well,
and
so-
Carly goes, well, Carly said, give him the copy that's not opened. So I pulled them both out, and I had opened up both of them. I guess I played with one and couldn't remember which one I played with, so pulled the other one and just ripped it open.
So the funny
Slightly
thing about
used.
The funny thing about it was that we were up there a little bit before that, because I was introducing Raven to my grandparents. We were up there a little bit before that, and while we were there, you told me to take it because you had an extra. You were like, "Hey, I've got 2 of these. Do you want one?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll take it." And he was like, "Yeah, just grab it before you leave." And I forgot it.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
Here we go again with the whole like you not
I don't
remembering.
even remember
Dude,
that.
you straight up you were like, here you go, you can have this, whatever, just take it whenever you leave. And I left it there and I forgot it and I was like, dang it, I'll just get it back the next time we come up. Which I knew the next time we were coming up with Christmas. That's why it was so funny to me that you were giving me the Monopoly game.
Oh,
Is
dude,
because I had already planned on getting that from you because we had already talked about it. And then you were just like, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. No, but I feel like we've gone down the rabbit hole. But I had mentioned to Randy about because they also do they're also recording. Randy's recording his D&D his D&D campaign. Bradley's recording his, if I remember correctly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because y'all are running one down there.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool every once in a while to throw in a one shot. And I've got a Star Wars one shot cooked up, ready to go. Like I've
Yeah.
had it cooked up for like a year and a half, and I want to run it because it has like 6 different endings. I didn't even realize it,
Oh.
but it has like 6 different endings. We've got that. We've got villainous. I mean, like we got a whole bunch of stuff that we really, really, really want to do. We're just trying to find the right equipment and the time to do it because we live in separate cities, about 2 hours away from each other.
Yeah.
So for one to go to the other is an act of God, basically. So
Yeah. Another thing that we have that, if I'm not mistaken, you probably still need to get it from your parents. Yu-Gi-Oh.
what do you mean from my? Oh, you mean I left it at their house?
Yeah.
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 Because originally when you gave me all that stuff, I was still living with them. This is
Yeah.
before I moved out. It was like 3 years ago, 3-4 years
Yeah.
ago.
Somewhere around there.
You gave it to me, and I think I have a lot of stuff that's still over there that's never brought over here. Like I've got I'm like I'm lacking a lot of.
I've been slowly amassing cards for you, just out of stuff that I pull, and I'm like, oh, Reed could use this, and I'll set it aside, and like, oh, Dylan could use this, and I'll set it aside. But going through my entire collection here, I've really wanted to actually play the physical game again because I've been playing Master Duel for a bit, and it's great and all. It lets you, and I think you would actually enjoy it because it'll like tell you the timings and like when you can activate certain cards. It helps you kind of get the feel of the deck. Though it is not in the TCG ban list and everything, it's working off the Japanese ban list.
Yeah.
But that's fine. It'll still give you time to like learn and adapt to how your deck like functions, so that whenever you use it again in person, you'll actually like know how it works. And I sent you a message the other day because they added a new like little single player mode where it brings people who used to play the game back into the game and brings them up to speed on how the game works. It's like a little tutorial story that will do that. And so I sent a message to you about it because I was like, this would be perfect for you because you haven't played since me and you played that like one time 3 years ago whenever you built the deck and hated me because I just happened to build one that worked.
Well, you built the one that I was using.
It was a structure deck. Dylan technically built that one. It was this little box, pulled it out of the box, and that was it.
Mm.
But I've thought about doing like a Yu-Gi-Oh episode, bringing on Gabe because Gabe's been getting big into it. I know I talked to Micah, and we're gonna bring him on the next time you're able to come down here. We'll figure it out like a week or two in advance, and I'm gonna let him know, and we're gonna figure out when we can. But he does want to come on if possible. So I'm excited to have him because I want to pick his brain and stuff with his puppets and the voices and everything.
Do we want to go ahead and tell the people what we have planned for the next time that you and I are together in the same room?
What do I? Wait. Yeah, let's do it.
That's go ahead. You're the boss. I'm the pro because I'm the handsome one.
So stupid. I like
Yeah.
press X to doubt, man.
Yeah.
So I do believe if this is the thing that you're talking about, it's Reed is going to play through a game franchise for me that he despises. He's gonna play through Kingdom Hearts so that I don't have to.
Oh man.
The reasoning for it, I have with the D&D podcast. It's associated with our business that me and some friends run, and for that business YouTube channel, I'm gonna be playing Kingdom Hearts because I'm not the greatest at RPGs when it comes to video games. Tabletop RPGs is something different. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's just like a mental vernacular in my brain where it's just like I can't piece these two things together. Um, but I'm not the best at like video game RPGs. So like I haven't really played a whole lot of Skyrim. I did like a couple of side quests and then I kind of dropped it. Um, I I played Fallout 3 until I got to a point where I could not continue. Like I could not progress at all. I had like soft locked myself because I came up out of a subway and across from you spawns like three or four ghouls, right? And
Mm-hmm.
these things run fast as all get out, and then they like around the corner there's a bunch of like bandit dudes and they're like people with guns and weapons that outclass me severely. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll let the ghouls kill the bandits, and then I'll kill the ghouls. And then I got my butt munched by like five ghouls. So then I
Dude.
was like, okay, I'll help the bandits kill the ghouls, and then I'll kill the bandits. And the bandits just ate me for lunch, dog. And it was a nonstop repeat. And I'm like, well, I can't go back into the subway because I left this giant, big-headed dude in the subway. I can't, I can't go back down there and deal with him. So I guess I'll just have to stop because I can't go anywhere. So I do want to restart that and replay that. Um, but I'm doing these RPGs for that business channel because that's just not what I'm good at, and I want to improve at it. And so, when bringing this up to Reed, just kind of in conversation, I was like, I'm also playing Kingdom Hearts in my own free time because my fiance loves Kingdom Hearts, and I wanted to play it for her so that she can get
Mm.
that satisfaction and reaction from me.
God bless her. God bless her.
Um,
She's a
and
better
so
person than I am.
I told Reed, I was like, dude, I don't want to have to play this game a third time for the channel. And he goes, I mean, if you want, I'll play it for you. And I was like,
But on the condition that I'm allowed to just crap on this.
oh,
That's the
absolutely.
condition.
Like
Yeah.
you can be as harsh to it as you want. Like it's a
Do
let's play
you
for a reason.
do you want to clue the people in on just what they might be getting into by telling them my experience for the very first time playing this game, going into what's it called?
Traverse Town, I'll let you explain it.
Okay. So this game is terrible, okay? I I understand it's got
Game
nostalgic effects
sucks.
because it's Final Fantasy and it's Disney. That's great. That's fine. I understand. But this game is just terrible. Okay, so you're. I got to Traverse Town. I guess that's what it's called.
Traverse Town, yeah.
When I got to Traverse Town, you have to find Donald and Goofy.
Mm-hmm.
I think,
Yeah.
and yeah, I couldn't find them. I would go into an area and I would just fight Heartless for 45 minutes,
And then it would
go into
cut
the
to the
next
scene.
area, fight Heartless for another 45 minutes. By the time that I actually figured, like, by the time that I literally stumbled through that, because I basically was like, screw this. I literally just did a rotate. I just started going through every area and doing different combinations until finally I got it. Like, I don't know what I did. Don't know. Whenever your fiance tries to explain it, I'm like, she's like, it shows you where to go, where they go. And I was like, that's funny because I went to an area. It showed Donald and Goofy walking into this hotel. I walked into the hotel and they weren't there. And then I walked out, went to another area. They weren't there. Went to another area. Then it showed them walking out of the hotel. And I'm like, this is stupid. And so by the time I got to fight Gunblade Man,
Leon
what's his
from
Leon? Yeah, I don't care.
Final Fantasy, yeah.
I was level 25. I literally one shot him, and then he still was like, "You puny kid, you." So the game was, I mean, I was already in like nightmare land.
Nightmare.
God, I hate that game so much.
So, and
I hate it so much.
according to Nate and Raven, who have both played the original Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2 growing up, we have it easy because in the final remix edition, there's a setting that you can change that lets you adjust how Donald and Goofy act as party members, and you can make it to where Donald prioritizes healing you over anything else. Couldn't
Oh,
do
I
that.
never touched any of that.
Couldn't do that in the previous game. So
Yeah.
in the original versions where Raven and Nate were playing it, they hate Donald because Donald never healed them. Donald, like, it was pain and suffering. I've never
Which
had
is
an
funny
issue with
because
Donald
I
because
never
I
had,
changed
I
that
never.
setting.
Well, because I remember whenever I told Nate that I was playing it, he was like, "Yeah, Donald sucks, doesn't he?" I go, "No, Donald doesn't suck. Donald's awesome." I was like, he always heals me. Like I never have to use any of my own potions because he always heals me. And Nate just sort of looked at me like, "You're pulling my leg." I'm not pulling your leg. Watch. And I played the game, and he had me pause the game. And Goofy was level 45, and we were in the Tarzan world. Goofy was one-shotting bosses. I didn't have to do anything. I power leveled Kingdom Hearts, man.
Oh man.
Oh god, look, visually, yeah, it's a little stunning, and the music slaps, but the story is like baby vomit. It's just like there's nothing there. There's nothing. I mean, it's just the whole appeal of it is that it's Final Fantasy characters meeting Disney characters. That's the whole point.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. I think Jello Apocalypse said it best. You can literally replace darkness with any other word, and it makes just as much sense.
I'm gonna replace the word darkness with bees.
Let the bees take you, Sora.
Oh, look, if you're a fan of that game, that's great. You can roast me. I don't care. I mean, literally, like all of my friends love this game,
Put
and
it
I'm
in the
the only
comments.
one.
He won't read them.
I look. I just know this that basically, Nate, Nate loves that game,
Mm-hmm.
but he also understands its flaws. Your fiance, she loves that game to a fault.
Well, and
I
and
love her.
she
I love her.
so
She
so fun fact. She actually is just now like going through, um, going through Kingdom Hearts 2 for like all the way for the first time because she played
yeah.
it, got to a certain point where it got stuck, and then she didn't play it anymore when she was younger. She's now playing through
Hmm.
Kingdom Hearts 2 all the way through for the first time, and I have never heard this woman rage more at any other game than Kingdom Hearts
Wow.
2. Um,
Wow. Oh my god.
so that I knew that would make you happy.
That makes me
No.
so happy.
Yeah.
God. Oh my
What?
god.
I mean, if you want to fight, you can fight Reed.
I'm not.
He said
No.
he said he'll take you Keyblade, Keyblade, a Keyblade. I have to show. Hang on. I want to pull up that because I need to
Oh
save
my
it
god.
anyway.
Oh my god.
Hang on.
Are you gonna pull up the video? I want to point out that I have actually finished the first game and I started the second game.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, because so guys, I'm gonna say this: I didn't play that game for like a year and a half. When I picked it back up, I was in Hollow Bastion, I think it was. I had gotten all the way to Hollow Bastion, and I was with Beast. And I told Randy where I was, and he was like, "Hey, so you're gonna get to this point where you have to fight Riku, and he's gonna be very hard to fight." And I'm on a Discord call with Randy, and the whole time Randy's like, "Look, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do this. Just counter him with this, counter him with this." I said, "Cool, I'm going into the fight." I said, "Cool, I'm going into the fight." And then like a minute later, I said, "Oh, I beat him." And then Randy goes, "What?" I said, "Yeah, I beat him." And Randy goes, "You've got to be kidding." Randy raged. I could hear Raven laughing in the background.
because
I'm cackling.
I had just gone through the same exact fight, and the only way that I can describe it is that I got tore like 15 new buttholes.
And I did it in one try. I did it in...
It genuinely, it that pissed me off very much.
Yeah, so I went in, and I finally was able to figure out the Maleficent fight. It was a little annoying, but I mean, I was able to get it done. And then
I have it whenever you're ready.
I defeated the final ship, boss, the Dark Souls boss.
Oh, you mean Ansem and his stand?
Zawaruda.
Ansem and his stand, and then his
Oh
stand
God,
grows
it's
super big, and then
it's
Ansem
so
turns into a
stupid.
boat.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
Oh man,
I'm a villain, and my name starts with an X, and all of you have X's in your name, so I can track you.
Oh my God.
Keyblade.
Keyblade.
Oh
something,
man, dude.
something,
I remember.
Keyblade.
No, I am looking forward to playing that game strictly because of how unfettered I'm going to be, and I'm gonna have you in the room, so it's gonna be fun. I just don't I don't know if I want to do it. I don't want to know if I don't know if I want to do it with your fiance around because I know that she really loves those games, and I don't want to piss her off.
She understands. She understands that you have now you've at least attempted to play them, and that you have formulated your opinion on them after having actually played them.
Yeah.
She respects your opinion a bit more than she did whenever you were just dogging on the game for no reason.
Well,
So this is from the day that Reed and his fiance ever so kindly decided to help me move in. This is while we were moving things in, waiting on the girls to show up. And this is Kingdom Hearts according to someone who's played half of one game. You are a monster.
There's no audio. There was no audio.
Are you
I couldn't hear a single. I couldn't hear. I just know. Oh man, dude.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Oh man. I think that'll call it for video episode.
What is going on?
Nate's talking, I think. It's taking me like Moon Knight through the videos because I went so far back. I'm sitting here going through the polos.
Hey, you guys ever wanted to be on a podcast?
Hey, you guys ever wanted to be on a podcast?
Oh, jump off a cliff, Randy. Oh, surprise midnight podcast.
I have to finish editing this video after we get done.
Is this going out? Is this going out later today?
I have to put this out later today. Oh my God. Anyway, as I was gonna say before we started Inception this podcast, I think that'll about wrap it up for this episode as a nice little replacement for the lost footage. Cat, get out of the house.
We're gonna call this one the one where we finger our buttholes.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna name the video exactly that.
Oh man!
I mean, did you see what I put the name for this audio's thing on Spotify?
The what? The audio thing for Naruto?
Name for the Naruto one, yeah.
No, I didn't see it.
Let me pull it up. Hang on. Let me pull it up for you. I'm gonna read it to you. I want to get your live reaction.
Okay.
Yo, the R&R Podcast has a 5-star rating. Yo.
How many ratings do we? How many people have rated us?
I don't know. I don't think I can see.
Is it just your mom?
Oh, okay, here it is. R&R Podcast, Episode 5. Date Bayo, Believe It, Naruto-kun tier list. Join Reed and Randy as they debate and rank their favorite characters from a little-known anime called Naruto.
Is that it?
It's 2 hour and 23 minute.
Hey, dude, look, hey.
That was a
Hey,
massive.
man. We had to, bro. We had to do the job, man. We had to do the job. We had to do the job.
Why are you?
We had to do the job. We had to do the job.
This brings me back to the days when we would record at Nate's and like we would live stream to my YouTube, and then you would just get really close to the microphone. Penis. Oh man, let's see.
Yeah, you remember that one time when we recorded a whole video and then
it was all silent.
It was muted.
And you got like the dopest trick shots ever. But nobody cared because it was a 2-hour
playing
video.
COD Zombies. We were playing COD Zombies, and I was no scoping and quick scoping zombies with a sniper rifle because I was like, "Hey, screw this, man! I'm doing it, bro." Oh man, dude, I was so pissed off.
Funny.
I was so pissed off.
So
We
hey,
called
is
the
this
video.
Supposed to be blinking, and I went, "Frick."
This light's supposed to be blinking. And I remember you went, no. And then you went and you looked up the file. You went to the live stream and you were like, can't hear a single goddamn word. He said, it's just clips of Reed. Just Reed. No scoping the zombies.
It's so good.
I went beast mode, man. Oh my god.
Mode in absolute
that was
silence.
That man's heart rate was 0. Stone cold killer.
Thank you guys so much for listening to this nonsense for roughly about 40 minutes.
Has it only been 40 minutes? It feels like it's been 3 hours.
It's only been 40 minutes, dude, because we started at like what, 11:30? It's 12:14.
Dude, I don't think you need to edit anything. You just need to slap the intro on and then like that's it.
Yeah, that's really all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna go finish editing episode 5 of your Spider-Man playthrough.
I need to get you more episodes of that.
You do. I'm not in a super big rush because I still have another part to edit after this one.
Yeah.
But once I get done editing that one and I get done with the video, I'll let you know.
Yeah, because the only thing is like I'm gonna have to find a week where I don't have practice every single night and just do it. So.
Yep. All right. See y'all later.
Peace, buttholes.
All right. Well, that's one way to do it.